lawful wedded husband.
To be my...
Barbara not Barbara Jean's heart. With a tramp like you?
Well, I know it hurts being third rate, but aren't you accustomed to it yet?
Oh, Robin, I see you. I myself the slut of Springfield!
Son of a bitch in heat.
I found out myself what love is all about.
Hey everybody, it's me, Nikki. So I guess everybody's about to be in the fuck around and find out era. And what do I mean with the fuck around and find out era? I mean Nina, Willow, Drew, Martin, Sidwell, all of y'all are about to be in the fuck around and find out era. I know a lot of people, General Hospital fans, for some reason can't stand the trio of Carly, Jason, and Sonny, but know this, when it comes to all the children, they're going to go above and beyond to get y'all asses back for what y'all did. So Nina and Martin are basically trying to scheme because Willow has Michael's medical proxy, and Martin is telling Nina Willow needs to know what type of power she wields. Nobody can do anything except for her when it comes to his medical proxy, and she could basically leverage whatever she wants out of Michael by using the medical proxy so she could get whatever she wants. So basically y'all want her to not sign off on life-changing things that can help Michael or anything else with Michael so she can get custody of the kids. And what, money? Y'all are despicable, y'all are disgusting, y'all are trifling AF. Willow deserves nothing but that chewing out she's getting from Jocelyn, because Jocelyn called her a faithless skank for sleeping with his uncle in DC while he was being burnt up. And Willow was like, if anybody would understand, I would think it's you. She was like, baby, that was different. Me and Cameron was dating when the situation with Dex happened. That's two completely different things. While cheating did happen, you were sleeping with your husband's uncle and then proceeded, like you had an emotional affair with your husband's uncle. You then kissed your husband's uncle more than once and then proceeded to have sex in the house, the family home, with your husband's uncle in the nursery that was made specifically for your children and was caught on camera and then revealed to everybody at a Christmas party. Then proceeded to have your mother serve him papers instead of talking to him, and then took his child over state lines and proceeded to bang that man in a hotel room when your son was in the next room over. That is not the same. Baby, you know what? Jocelyn is many things, but I don't think she would do that. Y'all are not the same, okay? Two of these things are not alike, okay? Similarities, but not alike. Drew, listen, Curtis had to eat Drew up and tell him basically you're the bad guy here. You are the bad guy. It doesn't matter if you're family, you are the bad guy in this situation. And the only reason you were here is because you were hoping that if he lives, then you won't feel as guilty as you did by sleeping with his wife and taking her across state lines with his son and then banging his wife in the next room over from his son. And Curtis was eating him up and gathering him up. It don't matter if y'all family at this point in time because you slept with his wife. You had an emotional affair with his wife. You have been blaming him since the very moment y'all started messing around. And then Carly, like, she's in there lighting candles in the chapel just praying that, Michael will be okay. And here comes Drew, and she was like, listen, you are so self-involved. I never realized how self-involved you were, but you sleeping with his wife and going across state lines with his son and his wife and having sex with his wife in the next room while his son was in the other room. You are so self-involved. And he was like, well, I went to jail for you and I took the sex charges. And she was like, you took the sex charges because you thought you were going to get a slap on the wrist, which honestly he did. Like, I'm not saying what Michael and Carly did was right whatsoever. I'm not saying it was right whatsoever. Carly deserved to, be responsible for what happened with Sec, and Carly should have did her time. Never not gonna say that. But Drew made the decision to take that charge because he thought with his background he was only going to get a slap on the wrist, which once again I do feel like this Drew we are seeing is not actual Drew. I think this Drew is Shiloh, and that is how y'all fix that situation. Y'all fix it by saying that when he was in prison and when he caught that beat down, that him and Shiloh switched. Shiloh had plastic surgery to look like him, and that's how the switch happened, and Drew is being held somewhere. That is how y'all do that. in my opinion. That's how y'all fix this situation with the character of Drew and how ruined he was. That is how y'all fix that. And he was like, "You're just trying to absolve yourself because you know what happened to Michael is your fault." And it's just like, there's blame to go around for everybody. But at the end of the day, Drew, you are at fault too. Michael is an adult. Michael could have left Port Charles at any time. But Michael wouldn't have been at Sonny's apartment or his penthouse. He would have been at his penthouse talking to Sonny about him and Willow and the fact that they're getting a divorce and he has to fight for custody. Had you not been sleeping with her and then took her and his son across state lines, he wouldn't have been there. He actually would have been in DC had y'all not been carrying on this affair. So don't go around blaming her, because everybody wants to blame Carly for making Sonny Michael's father, but everybody forgets that AJ, even though he wanted to love Michael, AJ was a raging alcoholic who, at a good amount of time when Michael was born and was around, he did not want a son because, oh, this is my son and I love him so much, oh, this is my baby. He wanted him to take him away from Jason and to punish Jason, because he felt like even though Jason was in the mob and he did all this and he had a brain injury, Jason was always going to take something from him. So as much as y'all love to blame Carly for making Sonny Michael's father, y'all also should blame Robin, because Michael's father and we get the scene where Jason is sitting with Michael and he's just like, "I'm going to figure out who did this to you and I'm going to do what I promised. I'm going to protect you and I'm going to make sure nothing bad ever happens to you again, like I promised you." And you see the scene of Jason holding a baby Michael and promising him all these different things, because as much as y'all love to hate the relationship and, oh, he's always choosing Michael over his own kids, Michael is his kid. As much as y'all like to say, oh, he's AJ's son, he's Sonny's son, no. At the end of the day, when the chips are down and ain't nobody else around, Michael is Jason's son, because Jason, when Carly showed up at his door, said, "Okay, if I'm asked, I'm not lying for you," which he wasn't, "and I'm going to do everything I can to protect the baby," and that was his son. And he would have stayed his son had Robin not opened her big ass mouth and decided to say something to AJ about it, which is what ultimately ended her relationship with Jason, because she betrayed his trust. Michael has always been and will always be Jason's firstborn. And as much as y'all like to say, well, Jason is always choosing so-and-so over so-and-so, we're not going to forget that Jason also stepped up to be the father of baby Lila for Sam and Sonny. So Sonny and Sam wouldn't get into the crosshairs of Carly, to protect Carly. Both of them agreed that that was going to happen, and that is what he did. But at the end of the day, Michael has always been and will always be Jason's firstborn son, and Michael was the baby who taught Jason how to be a father. Jason knew how to be a father long before he ever had his own biological children. But Michael is his first son, so yes, he's going to do everything in his power to figure out who did it. And Drew, Willow, Nina, y'all want to fuck around and find out, camp, because this not gonna stand. Y'all can't keep blaming Carly for, oh, you made Sonny, Michael's father, when in reality a lot of these kids or these grown adults on this show have had issues come their way by who their parents are. Holly's daughter was kidnapped. Ethan's been kidnapped multiple times. Maxie, her issues. Lulu and her problems. Everybody has had problems. Y'all just can't be like, oh, it's the mob, when it has been the choices that parents have made for years upon years upon years. We're not going to forget AJ kidnapped the children and then faked Michael's death. We're not going to forget that was his biological father. The only father in Michael's life who has never done anything to hurt him or to make him feel bad or done anything to Michael or use Michael to cause pain to others is Jason. And Jason told Sonny, you were talking about an exit strategy. Yes, we're going to figure out who did it, and yes, we're going to take care of it. But you were talking about an exit strategy. We gonna need to work on that, because I'm not gonna let what happened to Michael happen to Danny. So we got to figure this out. And I was like, look at you not being a deadbeat no more. We love to see it. Anna and Chase came down to the penthouse and they asked Jason some questions. Jason answered all of them. Anna talked and Chase talked to, Carly and Jocelyn. And Chase was like, Michael's my family too. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure, we figure out who did this. Brennan is also helping. And, Anna was like, listen, can we put the taser into the side and, help? And he was like, sure, I'll help you figure out what explosives, like, we're going to make sure, things get handled. And honestly, if Sidwell did this, he's going to be in for a surprise when he finds out that Sonny don't have them diamonds. That Sonny don't have the diamonds. Diamonds are with Holly, and whatever Holly decides to do with them diamonds, that's on her. But you just caused a big ass problem for no reason. And Drew trying to blame Carly for what happened to Michael. You trying to take the blame off yourself. You trying to blame everybody but yourself. But at the end of the day, Michael wouldn't have been in the penthouse, basically commiserating and just talking with his father about what you and his wife are doing had you not slept with his wife. The fact that Nina and Martin are trying to use Michael's medical proxy to basically get Willow whatever she wants in this divorce is downright disgusting. And Willow, you just gonna have to take whatever they give you, because at the end of the day, you have yet to say anything to Michael since you took off with the kids on Christmas Eve. You have yet to say anything to him. You have yet to have a full conversation with him. You've been letting everybody else talk for you. So whatever Carly and whatever Jocelyn and whatever Christina or anybody else gives you, that's what's going to happen. Because guaranteed, Christina about to eat your ass up for using her sister's death as a reason to sleep with Drew. And it's not just going to be Christina. It's also going to be Molly and Alexis. Because Molly, Alexis, and Christina are all down at the hospital. Drew was trying to get information out of Lucas, and Lucas said, I'm not telling you nothing. He's in ICU. That's all I'm going to tell you. Stop asking me stuff. I'm about sick of Drew. I'm about sick of Willow. I'm sick of Martin. I'm sick of Nina, because y'all are trying to do everything but what is right. And what's right is just trying to show, like, let this man be with his children. You trying to snatch his children away, but because you don't like him, because your relationship, you thought he was the cause of why you and Willow never had a good relationship, which you seem to forget. The reason y'all don't have a good relationship is because you tortured her when you and Valentine were married and she was Charlotte's teacher, and then proceeded to reveal to Shiloh that him and her had a baby, and then sicked Shiloh on her. Don't forget that. Don't forget that part of it. Diane comes down to the hospital and talks to Carly about what to do with the kids, and that, what's going to happen. And Carly said, go get my grandchildren. Go get my grandchildren and take them back to the Quartermains. So, and I feel like the Quartermains is the safest place for those children to be at. They're going to be loved on. They're going to be cared for. And at the end of the day, Willow needs to get her mind together. Truly, Willow's not leaving. So I don't know if the kids are leaving. We know Willow isn't leaving. So the fact that Willow and Drew think that anybody in the Quartermain family, the Spencer family, the Corinthos family, Morgans, the Jeromes are about to allow y'all to raise those children together and be happy, y'all got another thing coming. But whatever happens, Willow, Drew, Nina, Martin, y'all in the fuck around and find out camp. It is not going to be a great thing. But with that being said, that was it. That was all I don't have more to give y'all for this episode, because this is shit's messy as hell. Willow, don't nobody give a damn about your tears. Drew, don't nobody give a damn about you trying to blame somebody. Y'all are disgusting and despicable. And Nina, you are absolutely horrible. Horrible. But with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, and share me with your people. Hit those links in the description box down below. And I'll see y'all for the next GH recap, aka Dem Soaps. Bye.